Welcome back, my lovelies. Alright, Alphanode. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. You. Yes, I know I can't fly any higher. Shut up. The youth is down here. Whee! Ow! My ankles. Telebot. Neat. Yeah, it's learned what I can. Gundo Bald! Oh, jeez. Ow. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. That sneeze hit me like a truck. Oh my gosh. I apologize wholeheartedly. Ah, hi, the Griffin.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
Gee, I wonder who that is.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us, They have enslaved us, and they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamegan standard raised over the mountains of Gir Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
A lot of
I
things.
could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
Yes.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Neve would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believed that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at a great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lalarito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves and the General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gave from your puzzled expression, however, that you never received it. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word of their community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious, it is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all the sundry to join his cause with welcome our support. I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an imposter, or impersonator, and talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of the public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in the raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. I think you meet the real Griffin. No, I don't think you meet the real Griffin at all. Because I think the one in the monk quest line is also fake. I think he says he's a fake as well. It's hard to know what makes what to make of all it, of it all. The secrecy and the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not that if I'm making you all wear one, and mine only covers half my face, and it's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, For all good it did. I recognize his voice, and now you have heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious? I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin, well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it would be a mere bluster, but in context the shipments of which you spoke of, it is not impossible that they are alluded to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll soon find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us. Hell yeah! Alright, Papa Nemo. Simple enough. Deliver the sack of Gil. Goodbye. Yeah, I should be able to enter through here. Oh, hey! You're the ones with the Gil. Here you go. Ah! Whoops. Doing this again.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
That's still summoning a primal, you dumb fuck.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light? Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences.
He's not wrong.
You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Put my stuff back on. Take the money. things are getting, oh hey, Thancred! Now that Thancred has finally arrived, mayhaps you could share your latest findings? You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalemo were here all along? Well, your Stola will be relieved, and also angry, mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalcha. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zarak without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth in accordance to the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage wreathed in flame. Ere long, the curtains shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at least be performed. Naught else remaineth save to stand the ready. Pray the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. Alright, this is gonna be a pretty long solo instance, and I believe credits right after, so I'm gonna leave it for the next episode. So, get yourselves, well, be tomorrow actually, seeing as I'm posting once a day. So, we'll talk. So make sure you get yourselves a snack, something to drink, relax, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!